Hello again, Guardians, gamers, and other G-worded people. Now, we have a bit of an update to go through, including what the next content vault is going to be for Witch Queen, as well as the TWAB, covering some new things like changes to Grandmasters, Currupted, and a few other things. But before that lump piece, let's get into the content vault. So, for those that don't know, the Content Vault, who is basically a yearly thing that I believe Bungie is going to start doing, where some current content is going to go away and some old content might be returning. But basically, the Vault exists to make space and make way for new things. Now, the addition of Stasis and Beyond Light was a big thing, as well as the new world of Europa, one of the bigger, more expansive worlds. So, basically, the Vault exists to remove old, unplayed content and make room for new content. But basically, this is their update for the Witch Queen detail. So now, there is going to be a few details. Of course, there's the usual fluff pieces, but this is to be fast. So, to read this word for word, to keep it simple, following the release of 30th Anniversary Celebration in December, Year 5 of Destiny 2 launches in February 22nd, 2022, with Witch Queen and the new season. The first of 4 seasons that will be existing in 2022. In addition to all the new content, we're bringing a carefully curated selection of content out of the Destiny Content Vault, including a classic raid, 2 PvP maps from Destiny 2, and 1 classic PvP map from the original Destiny. And we are excited to share more in the months ahead. For those that don't know, that's basically saying some raid, 2 PvP maps, and 1 returning PvP map is going to be coming out of the Destiny Content Vault. And those raids coming, it could either be Leviathan, either the Leviathan Throw Worlds, either Worlds Inspire Stars, Scourge of the Past, as well as Crown of Sorrow. Now, which one I would hedge your best on Scourge, just because that's the one everyone seems to be missing nowadays. And the maps, I honestly couldn't care. I don't even know which ones are missing anymore. I honestly have no idea which ones we lost. Now, telling us what we're going to be losing in Year 5, it's a bit of a rough blow just because it's one of the most monumentous parts of the game. But beginning in February 22nd, the Forsaken campaign and the Tangled Shore destination will enter the Content Vault. Note that will not include the Dreaming City destination. That will still be around. Now, along with other Year 4 seasonal content, including Presage and Harbinger, that supposedly that will be going into the Vault, although if they do this right the way they said, Presage should stay until whatever season that does not launch alongside Witch Queen. Should be the next one, just because Harbinger launched with Season of the Hunt, so it makes sense when that loses, and whatever Season 16 is going to be. But Season 17 should be when Presage goes away. That's a little detail. Now, let's see. They mentioned that it's unique just because of the way they come out. Now, vaulting this content, like they say, will give us a space to launch Witch Queen expansion through the Throw World. And I will say, this isn't so the game can function flat out. It's so the game can function well. Now, a lot of people have noticed that there is obviously faster load times, newer generation consoles, and all that. But, yes, it's vaulting some things makes it so the game can continue to run well. Now, they say while most of Year 4 season content will be vaulted, certain Year 4 content will persist in Year 5, including the Proving Ground Strike and the Battlegrounds activities. Beginning in February, the existing Battlegrounds will be combined with Strikes into a new Vanguard Operations playlist. Oh, that's new. And that will be free to all players. In addition, the Warden Nothing Strike will remain in the game and will be available to all players for free. Lastly, all of Spider's currency exchange functions will be taken over by Master Rahul in the tower when the Tangled Shore is moved into the DCV. So Master Rahul will be beneficial aside from just decrypting crimes. Now, a good news thing, the Forsaken campaign after December 7th will be free to all players. So if you're one of the people who picked up Destiny 2 at Beyond Light and never wanted to buy old campaigns just for the sake of doing it, you can. You will be available for free for approximately 3 months until Witch Queen launches. And in that case, as well, there will be the Forsaken pack, which is going to be available to purchase that will include Last Wish Raid, Shadow Throne Dungeon, and all the Forsaken exotics, which I believe you don't have access to until you have Forsaken. It will also include 3 Forsaken ciphers that can be used to instantly unlock your choice of Forsaken exotics, not including raid and dungeon exotics via the exotic kiosk in the tower. So that would include everything like Ursa Furiosa, Trinity Ghoul, random exotics that did not have a associated quest. Maybe 1,000 voices. I don't know. Although they did say not including raid, so That is also. And as well, everyone who purchased Forsaken will automatically own the new Forsaken pack and will receive the 3 Forsaken Psychers directly in inventory. If you already have every Forsaken exotic weapon, those will be converted into Ascendant Shards. So a minor reward for already having your stuff done. But that's basically everything they wanted to mention. That is the vaulting that's going to be occurring, some changes for the world, and some additions that will be coming with the next year of Destiny. Not a lot in vaulting compared to the first time, but time to get into the TWAB. Now they kick it off, of course, recurring some of these details. Some things will not be vaulted, some things are going to be vaulted. But continuing forward, they did change a few things around. Festival Lost is making its debut next week. They do not have a full reveal just yet, but just a awesome Ghost Shell preview. And there's a lot of talking with the Calavera Ghost Shell, which I can appreciate because it's much more of a Dia de los Muertos Ghost Shell, which does look great. I might actually run that, although it is a little bit... I know it's festival, but it's a little bit basic. It's just a basic Ghost Shell with a little bit of painting. I love the painting. It's just a little bit too basic nowadays. Now, there is a lot of talking, which is basic. That's just general concept design and ideas coming up with other things. Now, if you wish to read all of them, it's a question and answer with the artist, who is, I believe, let's see, what was his name? Well, I think his full name was, where is it? Luis Yepes. I believe that's how it's pronounced. But if you wish to read it, you, of course, now. Patch notes. Now, things that will be changing alongside next Tuesday is going to be another update that has some bug fixes for us. There's going to be increased drop chance for Adept Nightfall weapon chance. Basically, if you Platinum a Grandmaster, you are guaranteed Adept weaponry. It was a high chance before. Now, this will give you a guaranteed Adept. And while it does not guarantee the perfect perk combinations, they will now expect to receive an Adept weapon when overcoming Grandmasters. Now, the Currupted, they did some changes to this that is making it a little bit easier and more streamlined. The knockback from Cydia's Durance is reduced on Nightfall difficulty. It's reduced to 20% knockback, so hopefully it's a little bit easier to finish. There is no longer an Unstoppable Phalanx champion from the Ransack Ogre encounter. Basically, they said the Ransack Ogre encounter, an Unstoppable Phalanx would spawn in the Ascendant Plane when the Ogre boss reached 50% health. The champion was easy to miss, and you couldn't backtrack there once you killed the Ogre. So they say this ruined a lot of Platinum attempts. Now it's gone, dusted, destroyed, never to light again, if that's what it deserves. Now, that issue blocked the completion of the Corrupted scoring Triumph, or that fixed a issue with that. Now, as well, that is everything for that. So it's a little bit easier just because there's less knockback, and now we should be seeing more Platinums with Corrupted. Now, the crossplay UI updated the sign-on experience to show a single toast after character select if you have one or more pending Bungie friend requests instead of a unique toast for every pending request. So I think instead of showing everyone who has friended you, it will just say you have friend requests waiting. Now, the experience when receiving a new Bungie friend request while playing the game has not changed, and there is a known issue. The notification toast may only appear blank for some players, but no invites are effective. The issue is already being investigated. Now, the player search UI now has audio feedback. I'm not sure what that means, but also fixed a bug where the text chat auto hide setting could revert to Season 15 default value of off under various conditions. Fixed a bug where booting a Fireteam member sometimes left a blank entry in the roster of Fireteam UI. Fixed an issue where online roster contacts were not sorted alphabetically for friends and clanmates. Fixed a bug where blocking a player through a Fireteam did not hide interaction options that are expected to fail when interacting with a blocked player. The full list of patch notes are going to be available next Tuesday around 10 a.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. Eastern. Now, speaking of the patch, this is the update coming out, or this is the time frame, but there are also some issues that are expected to be resolved. Horror's Lease will no longer drop 0 light, which I don't know why that's an issue that needs to be fixed, considering it's sunset. We can't use it anyway. Hint, hint, Bungie gives us back our Nightfall weapons. But Bombardier Exotic Legs can now deal damage to active supers. Crashes will no longer be caused by opening the appearance customization screen with faction armor equipped. The Tether Time Nightfall Triumph can be now earned as intended. The Corrupted Nightfall Triumph for reaching a score of 100,000 is now awarded as intended. That's what it was mentioned before. And the Wayfinder's Compass inventory will now rotate with the daily reset. Now, of course, there is Destiny Cert for more information. There is the help articles, as well as known issues that you can report. But here is the known issues report. Aware of reports claiming that Nothing Manacles isn't working as intended, under investigation, once again. If players abandon the Wayfinder's Voyage on step 19 of 53, they're unable to complete it when they reacquire it. Just don't delete it, forehead. Players who have to wait in the helm for a long period of time for lore to unlock after listening to radio messages. Step 42 of 53 for Wayfinder's Voyage quest tells some players in non-English regions to purchase the wrong unlock in the Wayfinder's Compass, players should purchase the Astral Attunement upgrade to advance the quest step, which is located in the bottom row on the far right corner of the screen. Now, focusing certain attributes may not work if certain ghost attribute mods are equipped. The Prophecy Dungeon's Cottontail Shell ears no longer display color. Only 4 daily bounties appear in Spider's inventory, but the quest step during the Forsaken campaign requires 5 bounties. Certain ability combinations can cause a bow to become invisible in the player's hands. Firing the bow will resolve this issue. Now, those are all the known issues that will hopefully be fixed during some next period of time, hopefully by the next week. Now, of course, they have movies of the week and various other things, as well as art of the week, a nice little visual of the first discovery of the Traveler, somebody's fan-made hunter, as well as just a representation of what Crow is feeling nowadays. Hugs for Crow. Now, of course, I don't know if this was DMG being funny, if this was somebody that were, but they basically were telling us what their flawless reward, as well as the map, and what perks they wanted. I guess somebody said, no, you can't have that. You can't have your fun. So, as well, DMG was redacted, or whoever was writing this was redacted. But that is everything for the TWAB, as well as the content vaults and other things. Now, I don't really hate that the Tangled Shore is being vaulted. As much as I love the location, I don't nearly spend as much of my free time there as much as I do just... I'm going to be honest, I spend all my free time on Europa. If I have a thing that literally just says complete patrols, I go to Europa or Nessus. I don't go many other places. But that being said, of course, if the Tangled Shore was your favorite place, I mean, share your feelings in the comments. I mean, your favorite destination disappearing. How would you feel about that? Aside from that, my name is Matt Scorpion, and thank you for watching.